black and white landscapes look amazing. And that is until you touch Dehaze. One wrong move and suddenly your photo looks muddy, flat or completely overcooked. Today I'm going to show you the biggest Dehaze mistake people make in black and white landscape photography, and how pros actually use it for clean, contrast and depth. So guys, don't just crank up the Dehaze like this, because you're gonna ruin your image. Hi there guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Richard Brockwell, and this channel is all about realistic, professional landscape editing. So if your black and white images lacked depth and separation, or just feel heavy, too much of this, too much of that, stay with me guys, because this technique will change everything. So here's what most people do after converting to black and white. So this is the image we'll be given an example on, guys, and we're going to convert it to black and white. We're just going to press the black and white button up here. It's not my usual method of turning to black and white. Check out my other videos and I'll show you a much better method of turning your image from color to black and white. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to click this black and white button here. And we've turned it to black and white. And after playing around with these sliders, the next thing they do is they go straight to the Dehaze slider and they just crank it up. All the way until they see the image has turned to a different kind of black and white. It feels right at first because Dehaze adds contrast. But look closer guys. The midtones, they collapse. Shadows block up. You just get that black messy smudge. Sky loses some texture and the image becomes heavy and muddy. In black and white, Dehaze is even more dangerous because there's no color separation to save you. I'm going to reset the slider. And now I'm going to tell you what Dehaze actually does in black and white. In black and white, Dehaze doesn't remove color haze. It compresses tones. It increases global contrast. Global contrast, I'm saying about the whole image. Midtone density and edge definition. All these things will be crushed if you go too far with Dehaze. Used globally, it kills subtle tonal transitions, which are everything in black and white landscape. Now I'm going to show you the right way how to use local Dehaze. And for that, we're going to open the masking panel. And here I'm going to select Sky. And this is the secret in using Dehaze. Locally, not globally. So we have the sky selected. It's done a great job. Here in Camera Raw, if you're using Lightroom, it's just the same. And here, I'm just going to go down to the Dehaze and I'm going to crank it up slowly until I see that the sky is where I want it. And it's going to be usually between 35 and 38. It all depends on your image. Don't go too far because you're going to get a really yucky image. So always make subtle adjustments until you see the image has that great texture and contrast. And I'm going to leave it to about there. We have a dust spot here. I'll be removing it, don't worry. And like this, by using it locally. It enhances the cloud structure without crushing highlight detail. And the goal is separation, not drama. And now I'm going to show you a secret move. And we'll be using negative dehaze for depth. And I'm going to do that by using a linear gradient. I'm going to click on linear gradient and I'm going to place it over the lighter part of the sky, since the sun was shining through the clouds on the right side. And like this, I'm going to use the negative dehaze. And like that, we'll be giving the image a glowing effect. Because negative dehaze softens distant tones and restores atmospheric perspective. And now to get the image even more contrasty, I'm going to use a linear gradient again, and I'm going to place it over the top part of the sky here. And I'm going to reduce the exposure. And the next thing I'm going to do, everyone, I'm going to use a radial gradient, and I'm going to place it on the right side of the image here. But now I'm going to invert the radial gradient and I'm going to reduce the exposure. And now we can go back to where we had the dehaze mask, the linear gradient, and we can decrease it even more to around there. And we're getting a much more glowy look to the image. So there we have our image, guys. We're using dehaze locally instead of globally. And like this, you won't be destroying your black and white image. I can go much further with this image, guys, but for the sake of the video, which is about using dehaze correctly, we're going to stop right here. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. If this helped your black and white editing, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.